Welcome! This is our first lesson, which will be under the What Do You Think segment, or mindset. So this is the first lesson in the course of mindset and what do you think, and so we will be covering happiness and the ingredients of happiness today. So let's begin. It does not matter how wealthy you are, or how old, or how young, where you work, or what you do, or your social standing. All of us have and share a universal basic desire. And that desire is to be happy. It does not matter what your goal in life is. It can be to be a mother, a lawyer, a famous actress, a teacher, or a nurse. It does not matter if you live in the city, the countryside, or the suburbs. Our deepest desire is to be happy. This desire is not a selfish thing because fortunately there's plenty happiness to go around. There's so much happiness, there's enough for all of us, and then some to spare. So now you might be asking, what exactly is happiness? If happiness were a fully material thing, if it was a matter of wealth or health, of clothing or possessions, its joys might just be limited to a privileged few. But these material things do not in themselves constitute happiness. In fact, there are many women who have all of these things in abundance and are still not truly happy. Happiness may be associated in some extent with material possessions, but beyond these items, happiness lies in our mental quality that can be achieved by everyone. Since all of us can acquire the core ingredients that we will discuss, but we can call these core ingredients of happiness the happiness factors. Whenever you're conscious of being happy, no matter where you are currently in life, this feeling is called mental satisfaction. When you are enjoying a state of well-being, which could be attributed to one or all of these happiness factors that we will discuss coming up. We must understand that there are basic needs in life, which is clothing, food, and shelter. These must be satisfied first. In addition to these basic needs, complete happiness for us relies on the following factors. The first factor of the happiness ingredients is enthusiasm. So enthusiasm is the ability to undertake even the most mundane tasks with zeal. You should be able to get a thrill and excitement from everything that you do. A continuing keen appreciation for every phase and aspect of living. So in other words, appreciate the small things and focus on the positive when doing things you don't necessarily enjoy, like doing the dishes. I know for me, when I'm doing housework, it's not my favorite activity, but if I change my mindset from this drudgery of the task to something more fun, it can really help with how I'm feeling and my overall happiness. I take the time when I'm doing dishes to appreciate every glass and plate, and it's just a shift in my mindset and how I'm feeling in the moment. So it would be easier to not enjoy these activities. I could have the mindset of complaining and feel resentment, but these thoughts, I realize they do not serve you and it doesn't lead to anything good, which will lead us to the second factor of happiness, which is feeling of accomplishment. So you must be actively conscious of making progress in order to have a feeling of contentment or mental satisfaction. When your actions seem futile, this can be completely devastating to your content state of mind. So it's important to celebrate the small wins in life. So realize when your actions are not in vain and look to celebrate the small accomplishments. So it can be as small as getting dressed in the morning, to making a nice meal for yourself, to nailing a presentation at work. Remember not to be so hard on yourself and be there to cheer yourself on. Life is about the accumulation of the small things, so celebrate those achievements. Next up is unselfish interest, which is a requisite in happiness. So it's a genuine interest in the welfare of others, tolerance and understanding and sympathy exerted on the behalf of someone else, and appreciating others. So focus on other people, be interested and appreciate them, and don't always focus on yourself. Which leads us then to personal expression, which is another happiness factor. And most of us have some aspect of our personality looking to be expressed. If you're not being authentic to yourself, it's impossible to be truly happy. So find out what it is for you. It could be wearing a flower in your hair to a longing desire to be an ambassador. Whatever it is that makes you release and express that. So if you're having trouble figuring out what your personal expression is, you can look to your childhood or look to your dreams of what you dream about doing. Try to figure out if the expression is truly yourself or if it's an expression of what you think others want you to be. Learn to have the courage to be the unique expression of yourself. Which leads us then to self-respect. And self-respect is a wholesome self-confidence that also includes an appreciation for one's worth or value in the general scheme of things. Value yourself and what you offer. You need to take time to conduct a wholesome, healthy, and honest rating of you, mentally and physically. Do not be critical, but just try to be as honest and objective as possible. Hone in and value what you're really good at. So our next is respect for others. So you should value other people's time. When you treat others with respect, you receive respect back, which leads to more happiness due to the fact that you get along better with others and there's less friction and you can build up some self-confidence. Humans are social creatures and a strong community is good for our overall well-being. So practice active listening, be there, fully in the moment, which means no playing on your phone. Don't make the person think you would ditch them if a better offer came along. Remember things that they tell you. Follow through with commitments, be on time, and ask effective questions. Also, I'd like to point out to be selective with who you spend your time with, because if you find it hard to respect a person, it might be useful to avoid them because it's unlikely that they will respect you back and it can lead to an unhealthy relationship. So it's best to respect yourself and respect others and their time, and don't waste it on those people. So this next happiness ingredient is optimism, but I want to be clear that optimism is not fake cheerfulness or an insincere pleasant outlook or just avoiding of things and trying to lie to yourself that everything's okay and you're just super excited about everything and really optimistic. No. So it's a deep from inside ability to see the happier aspect of even the unpleasant things. So every situation can be viewed as a positive or a negative. Sometimes there are situations that are negative and they can make you in the moment unhappy, but you should remember that this does not change your overall general aspect of life. So it requires courage to see things for how they are and understand a situation objectively. So our next happiness ingredient is hope and faith, which these two are crucial for happiness regardless of whether you follow a formal religion or not. It is beneficial to arrive at some kind of belief or conviction with regards to your presence here on earth and the hereafter. It should inspire you with respect for the eternal order of things and provide you with a comforting hope with regards for the future. If having faith is a challenge for you, you can start by imagining what you would do if you had faith and start acting that way. So the final happiness ingredient is home or mission. So when I say home, I mean this not in the sense of shelter, but in the larger sense of all that goes with a home. So that can mean a partner, security, family, satisfying work, a consuming mission. Home in the sense of a sanctuary, a place of security, something tangible and there to rely on that functions as your support system. Now that we've listed all the happiness ingredients, it's really nice to take time to ponder these. I've created a worksheet if you want to go deeper into these happiness ingredients, so this will be the first lesson. The worksheet will be linked in the description, and our second lesson will be again about our mindset and what do you think, but this will be focusing on the importance of thought. So I look forward to seeing you again in the next lesson. Like and subscribe so you'll be notified when a new lesson is released. So enjoy and take care until then.